This episode is brought to you by Omax Cryofreeze and Expressvpn. More on that later. Let's get into the do.
You're watching the HoneyDew with Ryan Sickler at your mom's house.
Welcome back to the HoneyDew, y'all. We're over here at Studio Jeans doing it at your mom's house. I'm Ryan Sickler. Website is ryansickler.com. Info for, first of all, we're going to be doing a Zoom episode today. I'm taking my Zoom virginity as being a host on one. I've been a guest on one. We have a great guest for you today. I'm excited to introduce you to here momentarily. But please go over to the website, subscribe for my email newsletter. Excuse me. And if you don't know, we've got 2 weeks left here at YMH Studios, and then I'll be bringing the HoneyDew to you from my own HoneyDew studio. So please go over to my YouTube, subscribe, youtube.com/rsickler. You'll be able to subscribe at the end of this episode with the links in the end page. There'll also be a link in the written description as well. So please make sure you're subscribed there. If you want to keep seeing the HoneyDew, we're going to be doing it there. It's the only thing changing. And yes, I know iTunes is fucked up. Believe me, I have been on it. I finally got a human being on their end to pay some attention to me. So hopefully we're going to get that iTunes thing worked out. I know so many of you use that app, and a lot of you don't anymore because of that. So it's a known issue. It's not our fault. It's not anything we're doing wrong. We've done nothing different. They're just not uploading the subscribed episodes every week, and it's a real pain in the ass. It's happened to me as well. It's not just you guys out there. So also, thank you for supporting Night Pants Nation. I love you all out there. Keep sending those pictures. I'll keep posting them. You guys are, I can't say thank you enough. I know you can hear it in my voice. You're literally supporting my family by by buying night pants, because we can't get out and fucking work and do stand-up comedy anymore right now. We've just been extended, till August 1st here in LA, which is kind of aggressive. It's getting to me. But anyway, the website here, the honeydewpodcast.com, ryansickler.com. You go to there, you go to the store, get the merch. You can subscribe. All social media links are there. Again, make sure you subscribe to that YouTube. And the HoneyDew with y'all is the Patreon I'll be starting very soon. I'm going through all your stories now. I'm getting the emails. Don't worry. I'm vetting them, going through. And hopefully right around the beginning of June, we'll start that as well. I'd love to kick them off so you have 2 episodes every week. So I'll be promoting that, and you'll see that when we get out there. Now, if you're new to the show, these are the stories behind the storytellers. We highlight the lowlights here. And today's returning guest, I'm very excited to bring back, everybody, Kelsey Cook, y'all, everybody. Welcome back, Kelsey Cook.
Hey, thanks so much for having me back.
Thank you for doing this with me for my first time on Zoom. And thank you for coming correct, girl. You got the copper eyeshadow on, matching your shirt. I've already talked about. Let me see those periwinkle nails. Fucking on point, girl. On fucking point. And this is who's over your shoulder here? Mia, you said?
My cat Mia. She's being, look at her just showing her ass.
I know. What's up, Mia?
Like, what is this, minute
That's my
5?
type of girl right there. Just turn it around.
Waste no time. Really hoeing herself out. Yeah, I was gonna say, you're like the only guy who compliments specific, like, eyeshadow, nail polish. Dudes don't do that.
I don't know how a guy could not compliment your eyeshadow. It is popping right now. It looks like the bottom of the copper top battery.
Look like 2 pennies?
Yeah, it looks way better than 2 pennies. You look good. I can tell you put time and effort into it.
You're
Plus,
so sweet.
Thank you, Kelsey. And I've been a guest on your what's your makeup show called again?
So I used to do a web series called Stand-Ups Doing Makeup. They're still all on YouTube. I think it's like 22 episodes. But yeah, you
Kreischer's on there.
Bert's on.
Norton's on there. Myself.
Jim Norton.
Who
Mark
else
Norman. Jesse Mapeluso. So many great people. And yeah, you came on and like painted my face like the side of a tool shed. And I'd never seen anybody use this technique. And I don't know if that was
still
like
haven't, probably. It's my technique. That's mine.
Not before or since. I don't know if that was like a summer job you had in Baltimore. Was like
I painted sheds for real. I did. I swear to God, I did.
That makes so much sense, because it was like whatever your muscle memory was like, well, I've never done a chick's makeup before, but this feels right to me, and I could just feel a brush flapping up and down on my face.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is going to be a nightmare.
It might not have gone on well, but goddamn, it looked good when I was done, didn't it?
You think?
I think it rivals what you're doing here today.
You were also so high that I think your eyes were just closed and like you couldn't see what you did, and it was bad.
I don't know. I want to tell you, during it, I was confident, and when I went back to even today, when I go back and look, I look at it and I go, yeah, that's a solid job right there for a guy that's never put makeup on anybody before.
You went into the blush. I remember it was this like cranberry shade, and then you went to my cheek and you went splash.
It's all it should be, a splash of blush.
A splash of crayon, baby.
You ever see those girls that just put way too much on the side? Like you look like one of those dolls. It's all like rosy cheeked and shit.
Oh, full Jean-Benet Ramsey.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah. You can't be doing that. Yeah.
Well, before we begin, please plug, promote anything you would like. Put it all out there.
You can follow me on Instagram at Kelsey Cook Comedy. My website is kelseycook.com. It's where all of my like revised tour dates are because everything's been pushed back later in the year, obviously. My podcast is the Self-Helpless podcast. I know that you had Taylor on pretty recently, Taylor Tomlinson. So it's my podcast with her and Delaney Fisher. And then my foosball web series, Wrists of Fury, which you have also been on. And that's on YouTube. It's on the All Things Comedy network, and it's so much fun.
I saw Drew was on it as well.
Yes. He was the most recent episode was Dr. Drew.
Who's been your toughest competition, legit?
Probably Nick Thune and Dean Del Rey. They were the two that had the most experience before they came in. I still beat them. But
I was going to say, yeah.
They gave me a little bit of a run, a little bit. But yeah, Dr. Drew was great because I got to get a little like revenge on him because he brought me on his show and made me watch all of the horrific videos that Tom pulls up. And so when I did Dr. Drew's show, they had me watch a video of a guy just swimming in a cesspool. Like it was just like a sewer, and he was just swimming in it, and that's how that guy got off. Like it was a turn on for him for whatever reason. And then they also made me watch a girl drink her own urine. And so Dr. Drew's punishment for losing was that I pulled up a video of a girl peeing in a cup and then a friend of hers drinking this girl's urine.
These two people are out there?
And I made him drink room temperature lemon lime Gatorade as the girl.
As she drank her friend's pee.
And it really did fuck him up. Like, we weren't sure, like... we were like, what if this is so anticlimactic that it's just like he doesn't get affected by it, but it's like it does affect you psychologically to watch somebody drink pee and then you drink a substance that's very pee-like at the same time.
Man up, for Christ's sake. You made me eat imitation crab and dog biscuits. And what happened when I ate those dog biscuits, Kelsey Cook? Tell the world. Tell the world.
You were a little terrier. Like, you loved them.
They were
you
good.
Didn't care.
It's not my first dog biscuit. That was not my first milk bone. All right? I've been to high school and college. That was not my first milk bone. And I was surprised. I was like, God, these kind of taste like Wheat Thins. They weren't bad at all. I even went back for seconds. I went back for more of the dog bones than the imitation crab because that imitation crab is fucking garbage. The hot dog of the sea.
Oh my God. Yeah, you were a golden retriever. You loved those milk bones. And it was so weird because like everybody who came on the show before you that I made eat a milk bone they were dry heaving. They like threw up immediately. And you're like, it's like a fucking Triscuit.
It was not that bad. It really wasn't that bad.
Like you liked that way more than the imitation crab, which was crazy to me. But yeah, that was very fun.
Well,
so go watch Ryan's episode.
Yeah, it is a fun episode. I love it. Wrist of Fury is fantastic. Fantastic idea. I mean, there's nobody like you. And I watched your little cutesy, hot, dumb girl in Vegas. Was it Vegas you were doing that?
Oh, yeah.
And suckering the dudes in, just fucking crushing them, crushing their souls. Like, oh, look at this pretty hot girl over here. It's kind of dumb. Let's play foosball. And then you're kicking their ass.
Oh, it was so fun to go hustle. Yeah, we did a whole episode dedicated to me, like going undercover and hustling people in Vegas. Vegas is so great for that. Everybody already kind of wants to like make bets, and everybody's in kind of like their finest whore gear there. So I put on like giant fake eyelashes and this low cut top, and just used the worst voice. Like everybody.
Oh, you did. You had
like,
that high pitch.
Never do that voice again. But I would go up and be like, "Hi,
I have a web series where like I do things that I've never done before for the first time. It's called Pop My Cherry.
And then like dudes were just like, what the fuck is this? And we got people to come play, and then I didn't actually take their money because I felt bad, but we would get to that point. It was pretty fun.
Well, walk me through what you're dealing with in quarantine right now. Like, how are you? We've got definitely a list of some things to talk about, but what are you dealing with? How's it going for you?
Yeah. I mean, so I've done a few of the virtual comedy shows. Have you done any of those yet?
No. Stand up is hard. It's not right now. I refuse. If it becomes a way of life and it's an absolute necessity, it's the only way our art form is going to survive, I will probably have to suck it up and adapt. But stand up is hard enough as it is.
Right.
I don't want to make something that's already difficult even more difficult.
Right.
I talked to Sarah Weinshank. She was telling me she had done one, and she said she had to wear headphones, and there was a delay and everything else going on. I was like, that just sounds fucking terrible.
Yeah, I've seen some experiences where it was like, okay, that would be really, really shitty. I have done 3 and actually loved all 3 of them.
Okay.
I got lucky that one of them had over 800 people watching, and people were unmuted, so you could hear people laughing.
But do you hear, like, if somebody's like, Craig, like at the back of their house, do you hear that shit going on?
Okay, so one of the shows, Pete, Lee, and I co-headlined, and I got lucky that during my set, nothing like that was happening. And then Pete got on, and about 5 minutes in, somebody was unmuted, and they just started playing Post Malone's song, Wow, that song that Bert did like his strip dance to.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just playing, and like whoever was playing it obviously didn't know that it was playing, or they were being a dick, I don't know. But in that situation, you're not in a comedy club where a bouncer can come kick that person out. You're just, Pete's like, okay, so whoever's playing Post Malone,
yeah, this is exactly what I'm
cool
talking
if you
about.
Stopped.
Oh no, or dogs
like,
barking. Aren't you hearing people's pets barking in the background and shit? Yeah, I don't want any fucking part of that. 800 people watching sounds great, but are they on mute so you're seeing them laugh?
No, you're hearing them laugh.
You do hear them laugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It did. I have had positive experiences so far, but it is so weird. Like, you have to be tethered, so you're really just stationary. You can't move around. And then the only place in my apartment that I could find to like have good lighting and be the right height is my fucking cat tree. And so I'm doing comedy with my laptop balanced on a cat tree. And like,
so you did stand. You didn't sit. You still stood.
I stood. And like halfway through my set, like Mia, my giant fat cat, just jumps on the tree to start scratching her claws on the scratching post. So I'm doing it, and then the whole computer does this, like I'm doing comedy in a fucking tsunami. I was just like, wow, I can't believe this is what my job has turned into right now.
What's the longest set you did?
40 minutes.
You did 40 fucking minutes like that?
That's when Pete Lee and I co-headlined.
You're a soldier, girl. You're a soldier.
Because the first couple were fun, I was like, well, it's given me an adrenaline rush that I'm not getting, and I was getting paid for it, which right now it's like to lose all of your work. I'm having to so I had gotten foot video offers before the pandemic started.
Let's start talking now, girl. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Who's hitting you up for the foot offers? Just random dudes out there?
In my DMs.
And you're getting it, how much? How many would you say? Enough where you thought about it?
It started with one guy who he sent a message that said $2,000 for foot bid.
And Jesus Christ. Can I put my fucking feet together and send them for you? I'll do it. I'll be your foot stunt double. I'll split the money with you. So what do they want you to do, though? Just your feet?
Well, in the conversation, I didn't like respond to this guy. I don't know if there are specifications he would want, if this is some sort of like director's cut, if you need a lot of creativity, or if it's literally just like, I can send you a 10-second clip of me wiggling my toes and you'll send me $2,000. But I felt, even if he didn't want me to do something creepy with my feet, I just feel like it's a little bit like the if you give a moose a muffin situation, if you give a mouse a cookie, where it's like you do that with one guy and then they feel like they maybe have a special bond. And it's like, then do they ask for more? Maybe I'm the one in the slippery slope where then I want to keep doing it and get more money. And then I'm fucking living in a gutter, but like my feet are all over the internet. I don't know.
Listen, I can't believe as a man with a daughter I'm going to say this, but if you throw that periwinkle polish on those toes, girl, you probably put yourself through retirement. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like it.
Well, that's the weird thing is like, I don't think I have like gross feet, but I don't have super nice feet. I'm on Wiki Feet. You know about Wiki Feet?
No.
Oh my God. Do yourself a favor. Check out Wiki Feet after we're done talking. So it's if somebody's more public or whatever, people will pull pictures on Instagram that show your bare feet at all and they will compile them into a profile on Wiki Feet for dudes with foot fetishes.
Post a picture of yourself at the beach with a standard pic of everyone takes their feet there, someone just grabs that and makes a site of it.
Someone grabs it and adds it to your Wiki Feet profile, and then dudes with foot fetishes can like jerk off more efficiently. You know what I mean? It's like all in one.
That's what jerking off's all about, efficiency.
Efficiency.
Yeah,
you know, gotta get in, gotta get out.
Mm-hmm.
So they rate your feet, and I have like a 3.3 out of 5.
That's pretty solid.
They've called okay feet.
Okay. Oh shit! I can't even right now.
Yeah, I know, right? I feel like I'm like the Olive Garden of feet. You know what I mean? It's like
if we have to go there.
If we have to.
Right. I just got to get this nut out real quick. Let's just look at Kelsey's feet.
Yeah. Like
men are fucking. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but there's nothing. I don't think there are women out there paying to see men's feet.
Absolutely not. You guys are fucking savage.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to see your gnarly what's the thing on the side when it comes out?
The bunion.
Yeah, no one wants to see your bunion and your hair and lint. You guys don't you don't get under your toenail. It's just like dark down
First of all, I do. I get under my toenails. I get in between my toes. I'll let my toenails grow a tad long before I cut them. I'm not going to lie about that. I could probably, if I was an eagle, I could probably catch some trout with my toenails every now and then. You know what I mean? Like, I cut them when I'm in bed and they scratch me. I'm like, all right, it's time.
Exactly. I have a joke about that like cuddling with my husband, he made me bleed. He drew blood on my fucking ankle because his foot just like did a sideways motion. And I was like, you shanked my Achilles heel. Like I need to go to the hospital. I'm going to bleed out. You guys are crazy with your toenails.
But I know a couple girls that are selling their panties right now and doing all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and some of them aren't even wearing them. You know what I mean? They're like just buying them from the store, putting them on for and walk around the block and then seriously sell them. Like, we can't do that. I would sell the shit out of my underwear if there were women out there that wanted my underwear. I would sell my underwear, my feet. I would sell that stuff. Josh Potter's a great sex worker. One of the best sex workers here out of the YMH studio. Probably top. Probably top.
God. Yeah, I mean, who knows? If I'm still not getting money from comedy in a few months.
Listen.
Maybe
it's going to be 2021 before it's happening in Los Angeles on a regular basis. I've seen Texas and stuff open to 35% capacity. That's going to do nothing to stop the spread of the virus. It's not. How do I know these 4 fucking people at this table have been quarantined together the whole time? You don't know that. And the poor waiter or waitress that walks through, their sneezes or coughs or laughs. What about that part? It's not going to stop the spread by limiting. All it's doing is allowing people to make money. And I know people need to make money right now, but I don't know. We're on lockdown now till August 1st, and then they may even go longer.
Right.
And that schools are out already. Like, I don't have babysitters, nothing. We're doing homeschooling, all that bullshit. So I don't think you're going to see comedy back to 100% in LA, in California. It may be in other ones, but out here, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't think the Comedy Store is going to be sold out every room, every night, 7 nights a week for a minute. It's going to be
for a while. Yeah. Well, I might send a foot video then. Another guy sent a message saying,
you said it so sincerely, like, all right, right.
I got cats to feed. I mean, like, what else am I going to do?
Yeah, right.
Another guy sent a message saying, like, I'll pay you to kick me in the balls.
Come on.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's such a rabbit hole of what people want to pay money for.
I watched the videos of the Asian dudes. They wear like tighty whities. They lay on the ground, and they get these girls to wear like stilettos, and they stomp their ball bags. I mean, stomp their ball bags. And these guys are rolling over in pain, and they lay there and want more of it.
Like they're fucking making wine. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And they come from it. I don't get how they aren't in the ER every night.
I'm telling you, if you said, Ryan, I'm going to give you $2 million right now, I'm going to kick your balls violently and you have to come from it, I wouldn't be able to. I don't know how you can do that. You can't do that. I would be focused on the pain and trauma that my ball bag is suffering, not trying to get this nut out for the $2 million, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just not that guy. If that's your thing, I'm not your guy, Kelsey.
Well,
I mean, you can kick them.
Cross you off my list, then, I guess. My list of clientele.
If you have a list of kickers who don't finish, I'll be there, you know?
You're on the bench. I'm benching you.
All right. So we have some stories to talk about, and I like the humiliating stories. I like the lighter side of things as well. So as we've known, if you haven't listened to any of Kelsey's past episodes on either Here the HoneyDew, where you shit in a Sephora box, or the Crab Feast, where you almost ruined your vagina, which you've also told on Comedy Central. This is not happening as well. Today you've got some stories, but it starts with the bikini wax, and I just feel bad for that area, you know?
I know. My pussy and asshole. It's just like a bad. The holes. I just did a video where I was like, has so many holes down there. It's like a mini golf course, you know, where you just like.
I saw that. That shit made me laugh so hard. A mini golf course.
It's a bad. I feel bad. I do feel bad for my nethers, but it is what it is. I talked about this a little bit on the Self-Helpless podcast that I just recently started doing sugaring. Do you know what sugaring is?
Mm-mm.
So it's like a form of wax where they basically take like a ball of sticky sugar and that's what they use to remove the hair. But before that, I was doing these at-home bikini wax kits. This is like Sally Hansen or whatever. And a little while back, I used them on my downstairs region, and then I threw the used strips away, and then I ran some errands. And when I came back from the grocery store, I walked in and I heard this really loud, like, whap, 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 whap. I was like, the fuck is that? And I turned the corner and one of our cats had gone through the garbage can and gotten my used bikini wax strips stuck to his paws like little homeless kitty shoes and was walking around trying to get them off by like slamming his paw, like hitting his paw on the wood floor over and over.
Yeah, pussy shoes. Your pussy cat had pussy shoes.
Can I trademark pussy shoes?
Yeah, for cats only though.
For cats only.
Yeah.
So he starts hitting his paws on the ground and I'm like trying to process what's happening. I'm like, oh my God, I can't, like, fuck, what do I do? And before I can grab him to try and get them off, he sits down and starts licking.
Oh, nah.
His paws to try to like get.
You're about to get some whole new shitload of offers on this fucking podcast, girl. You better get ready. You better put a filter on your DMs. Like, I'm not fucking letting your cat lick my pussy, guys. Sorry. It's not going to happen. Someone's going to pay you good money.
I was so horrified.
That's awful.
Like, if I had a kid, if I was a mom, I mean, Child Protective Services in a heartbeat. Like, I would be in jail so fast if you came home and your kid had gone through and was doing that. Still so just the worst watching a cat do it, but I like quickly grabbed him and had to get his paws in the sink and get them off. But yeah, like I had a moment in my life of having to watch my cat lick my, like, the
say it. Yeah.
That was on
I wanted to hear how you said it.
I'm like, I don't even want to say it, but that's what happened. And what are you going to do other than talk about it on a podcast? It's the only way you get through that sort of trauma.
That's how it's healthy. Talk about it and laugh about it.
Yeah.
I
HoneyDew's for, baby.
I worked for years ago, and I was writing and producing, and they sent me out to this wax place called Pink Cheeks in the Valley. And Pink Cheeks got their notoriety in the beginning because they were the place that did the anal bleaching early on with the porn stars.
Okay.
Because there's nothing better than seeing a white butthole, when you're in there.
Of course. Yeah, game changer.
Game changer. Like, oh my gosh, wow. You've taken, 2 poops in your life? Okay. Which, by the way, I don't know why anybody would want to bleach their fucking butthole. Like, you don't even see it. I get it. I get it if you're on camera, you think it's not attractive, but it's fine. Buttholes are fine.
Yeah, nobody needs to look like they have like a 2-day-old butthole.
Right,
like,
yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
No, I don't care about how, I've never, looked at one and been like, God damn, that looks like a young butthole. How old is it? Your butthole looks a lot younger than your age. You know what I mean? I've never said that to a lady.
Exactly.
Your butthole, your sphincter back here looks a lot younger than your age,
It's like a car where it's like...
You take a real good care of this asshole.
Like, this is like a new transmission, though. Yeah. Like, I know this is like a 96, but this is like a new transmission.
So we had to go do this shoot there, and the lady's like, if you're doing the shoot, the one thing you have to do is get something waxed while you're here. And I don't care what it is, but you have to go through the process to see what it's like. And my friend Bree, she's working on it with me. So she gets like a legit wax, whatever she does. And she's like, you should get your nose waxed. And I was like, that's going to hurt like hell. She's like, no, Ryan, it's not going to hurt at all. And I'm like, that's nose hair. It's going to fucking hurt really bad. And she's like, this is Bree telling me this. We're still really good friends. And this lady puts the wax up my nose with a little stick, like it looked like honey, like real thick. And then she took a gauze pad and she put it up in my nostril and like sealed it in there. And she's like, are you ready? And she says, on 3, and on 1, she ripped motherfucker out. Kelsey, I started this eye right here. She ripped it out of this. It just poured tears. This was doing nothing. This poured tears. And I look at Brie, I'm like, that fucking hurt like nothing I've ever felt in my life. It hurt so fucking bad. And she showed me the amount of hair that was on. I felt like it came up out of my brain. And she's like, all right, let me do the other one. I was like, nope. This fucking nostril. I did. Yes, I did. She said I only had to get one thing done. I was like, I got one fucking nostril done. It hurt so fucking bad. Like, to this day, I remember how bad it was. It hurt like, it felt like somebody went in and just took a razor blade and carved the inside of my goddamn nose. God. It hurt so fucking bad. And just tears pouring down my fucking face. Immediate. And I look like Denzel in Glory, where he stands with that face solid and the tears just pouring down his face. That's what I look like. It hurts so fucking bad.
Well, the pain that if anybody's experienced even just tweezing one nose hair, you tweeze one and you feel like your brain's going to explode. So you do all that at once. Yeah. When Steve Renazzisi came on Wrist of Fury, his punishment was that I got to wax the letter K for Kelsey into his chest hair.
Oh, that's hot, actually.
And it's one of my favorite moments of the whole show.
Yeah.
And I did the whole 1, 2, 3, and I just on one. He was like, what the fuck? Got so mad.
I remember one time, this was embarrassing. I waxed my chest. I took Nair or whatever it was. That stuff smells like poison, It's awful.
Oh, you Naired it?
I think I did. I Naired my whole chest. And I'm not like a hairy dude, but just looking at my bare chest, I was like, God, the tiny bit of hair I have really looks way better than this bare fucking chest. And,
yeah.
And what I didn't think about or even equate is that when it started growing back in, it itched like crazy. And one time I'm in Rite Aid and I'm high. I had just smoked a joint.
Sure.
I'm in Rite Aid waiting on a prescription. And it was seriously like a blood pressure prescription. It was nothing. But I'm standing in line, high, zoning out, minding my own business, not paying attention to what I'm doing. But I've got my hand up my shirt, and I don't realize it for seriously 30 seconds. And I am digging at my skin, just scratching in line. And everyone starts turning around, looking at me like, are you here? They wonder if I have crabs or whatever. I started thinking oh my God, I'm just digging like a crackhead, heroin addict, just across my chest.
God.
People start to get away from me a little bit. And then I was like, oh my God, I just realized what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't wax.
Pigpen and
I'll
Charlie
shave.
Brown people.
I do my manscape. I'll manscape. You got to manscape a little bit.
That's nice.
A
You
little
don't wax
bit.
down there. You'll like trim it up.
I've shaved, and when I've shaved, I've either gone against the grain, or it's summer and it's hot and I get those red bumps everywhere.
Oh yeah, no go.
That if
no go.
someone saw it, they'd be like, you've got an STD of epic proportions right now. And I'm like, nah, I shaved it so you'd think this would look good. I shaved it. Because that's the old porn trick for guys. If you shave the hair off your dick a little bit, guys, if you don't know this, you shave the hair back to all the way back to the shaft, you get an extra inch and a half out of your dick. You know what I mean? It makes it visually look bigger.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Depending on what like that situation is, if a dude's super hairy, yeah, like you take it back to the fucking base.
Yeah, take it back to the base.
Time.
Give a little crew cut down there. Finish up the balls. Whatever. If you want to get all up in your asshole, go ahead. I don't blame anybody for cleaning that ass out.
For some reason, I just pictured somebody having like a bowl cut down there, like it just like curves like around.
That's what I'm
like
gonna
a
do.
little curtain.
That's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna bowl cut my balls, Kelsey.
Oh,
ladies, any of y'all want to see some bowl cut hair on my balls? Let me know. I'm for sale.
Coming out of this quarantine hot and ready.
Through 2020. All right, 2021. I think we're gonna be getting back to some normalcy here.
Oh my God. So yeah, that's the bikini wax story.
Let's take a quick break and tell you about our sponsor, Omax Cryofreeze. Living with chronic pain is the worst. It's more than a feeling of discomfort. It can affect your entire life. Now, I know many of my listeners probably have some type of pain that has prevented you from relaxing or sleeping or stopped you from exercising. Perhaps it's been ongoing for a few weeks now and hasn't improved with any of the treatments that you've tried. I have tried Omax Cryofreeze. I love the roll-on. I got this thing going on in the back of my shoulder that's been radiating pain up into my neck and down my arm. I roll that Cryofreeze on, boom, within minutes it's gone. All right? Omax Health. If you're looking to get rid of nagging muscle and joint pain immediately while providing long-lasting recovery, then you need to try the natural breakthrough pain relief solution, Cryofreeze Cbd Roll-On, developed by Omax Health. This non-prescription triple-action pain relief roll-on is specially formulated to block pain receptors, reduce inflammation, and improve muscle and joint flexibility. The best part is this 100% natural CBD-powered remedy works its magic within 10 minutes of application, and relief lasts up to 8 hours, much longer than the over-the-counter products, all right? I'm telling you, I put it on within 10 minutes. I feel great. It's got that nice, cool sensation, and it really relieves the muscle pain. And right now, Omax Health is offering my listeners 20% off a full bottle of Cryofreeze CBD Pain Relief Roll-On plus free shipping. All right, this discount also applies towards any product site-wide. So just go to omaxhealth.com today, enter code HoneyDew. All right, that's Omax, O-M-A-X, health.com, and enter code HoneyDew, and you'll get 20% off Cryofreeze and site-wide. Let's say thank you to our next sponsor, Expressvpn. So we all know how Expressvpn protects your privacy and security online, right? But here's something you might not know. You can also use Expressvpn to unlock movies and shows that are only available in other countries. This is my favorite feature, to be honest with you. Now that so many of us are stuck at home, it's only a matter of time until you run out of stuff to watch on Netflix. So this whole week, I've been using Expressvpn to binge Doctor Who on UK Netflix. It's so simple to do. I just fire up the Expressvpn app, I change my location to the UK, I refresh Netflix, and boom, that's it. ExpressVPN hides your IP address and lets you control where you want sites to think you're located. So you can choose from almost 100 different countries, and just think about all the Netflix libraries you can go through. If you love anime, ExpressVPN to access Japanese Netflix and be spirited away. But it's not just Netflix. ExpressVPN works with any streaming service: Hulu, BBC, iPlayer, YouTube, you name it. There are hundreds of VPNs out there, but the reason I use ExpressVPN to watch shows is it's ridiculously fast. There's never any buffering or lag, and you can stream in HD no problem. ExpressVPN is also compatible with all your devices: phones, media consoles, smart TVs, and more. So you can watch what you want on a personal device or on the big screen wherever you are. If you visit my special link right now at expressvpn.com/honeydew, you can get extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. 3 months for free. All right, support the show, watch what you want, and protect yourself with ExpressVPN at ExpressVPN. That's ExpressVPN.com/honeydew. Now let's get back into the dew. Well, I know you have another. I know you suffer from IBS. Obviously, you wouldn't be shitting in Sephora boxes if you could control yourself all the time. So, what is that like for you? I know you said you had another incident.
Yeah. I mean, quarantine's been rough. The whole like toilet paper gate when things were out. My butthole, it's like, I can't be gambling like that. I can't risk a time frame where I'm at home with no TP. And so we ran out of toilet paper and then we ran out of Kleenex. And I was like, okay, it's getting dicey. So
I mean, literally, you shouldn't be using Kleenex in your butthole anyway. It's the thinnest goddamn tissue is so thin. You know what I did? I ordered baby wipes.
Oh, yeah.
Right away, I stacked, because the toilet paper was gone on Amazon. You couldn't go into the stores, and I was like, I use baby wipes anyway. I prefer to think I have the cleanest butthole in comedy. But I bought a case of those fucking things. Yeah,
I've been hitting the baby wipes, but there was a period of time where we didn't have toilet paper, running out of Kleenex, no baby wipes. So I went on a custodial website.
Oh, no. Like that brown.
Ordered a giant quantity of they didn't have toilet paper, but just like a big box of like, I think it was like 16 Kleenex boxes, like what they would use to supply a classroom.
Right.
I was a janitor. I was just like, sorry, like I can't find anything else. I had to go the custodial website route. So okay, so this is from literally like 15 years ago. This is like a high school, because I've been having the IBS issues for a really long time.
But can I just say this too, like, especially for somebody with IBS, and every now and then too, I don't have IBS, but it'll hit me, and I'm like, pff. And right now, during this quarantine, we can't just go into a restaurant and use the toilet. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. It's been difficult to be out and about doing something and be like, oh my God, because you can't just pull into a fast food joint or anywhere and go to the fucking toilet. You can't.
I've been like, I go on walks in the morning with Delaney and Taylor because I live near them. And sometimes I'll make a smoothie with like a little too much flaxseed powder, drink some dandelion root tea, all this stuff that like makes shit happen, literally. And I'll get like a few blocks away on our walk and I'm like, I gotta bail out right now, you guys. I'm sorry. Like I gotta head back. Yeah. Because that's the only bathroom I have access to is my own. And so like the further I get, listen, there are a lot of people out there right now going through the same thing. The only bathrooms we really have access to are our own. And man, I found some toilet paper. I got all excited. I ran into a 7-Eleven. My daughter wasn't feeling well, and I ran in to get something. And I found toilet paper in there. I was like, oh, my God. And I bought like 3 rolls of it. Let me tell you something. It wipes like 7-Eleven toilet paper. You know what I mean? Like, it is it's terrible. It's not even one ply. It's like half ply. It's so fucking bad. It's terrible. Yes. That's what we're working through right now, is like a couple last rolls of one that you couldn't tell when you bought it at the store that it was that thin. It's like what they use to blot oil on girls. It's literally like see-through. It's like wax paper.
See-through. It is definitely see-through,
poor asshole. It's terrible. Okay, so have you heard of Hoop Fest?
Hoop Fest?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm born
and raised. I thought you said Poop Fest at first.
Well, that's what it turned into. It's a little foreshadowing, I'm sure. So I'm born and raised in Spokane, Washington. And Spokane every summer hosts the world's largest 3-on-3 street basketball tournament.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they turn the whole city, the whole downtown for miles. Every street is transformed into half basketball courts.
That's cool. I didn't know they did this up there.
Yeah.
I know incredible. Bumbershoot for Seattle, but I didn't know about Hoop Fest.
Hoop Fest. It's amazing. So people come from literally all over the world for this. And I've played in, probably like 10 or 15 years at least. I started playing when I was like in 4th grade.
Wow. You're good at basketball too?
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, if you throw me in an actual game right now, I'm probably going to die, but I'm a good shooter. I used to be my, little brag. I used to be my high school's 3-point shooting representative for competitions.
Yeah? Fuck yeah, girl. Hitting them from a distance.
But I mean, now probably full court, I'd be shit. But so I was playing in Hoop Fest, and I had like a slumber party the night before with my teammates, and didn't sleep very well. Woke up the next morning and her mom, my friend's mom, made eggs. And I don't know if eggs hit you like this, but I feel like eggs are a little bit of like a wild card where if they're not like fully cooked through or.
I was going to say scrambled, no problem, but I like them over easy. And yeah, that can be a problem sometimes. Yeah.
Exactly. Like eggs are a gamble. So I ate eggs and then we get down to our court to start a hoop fest. And when that happens, it's like the streets are full of people. There's people everywhere. It's Spokane summer, so it's like 95 degrees, just heat radiating off of asphalt. And I started to feel, like the gurgles, like the IBS gurgles. And so I was like, oh, fuck, like this isn't good. I had a game in like, I don't know, like 45 minutes or something like that. We got there early to warm up. And I started having gurgles and I was trying to just like, casually like let a fart out, let like something alleviate something. And as I was sitting on the sidewalk waiting for the game to start, I pushed to fart and
You sharted at Hoop Fest.
I sharted at the world's largest 3-on-3 street basketball tournament. And
okay.
I knew it immediately.
Right, yeah. So now let's talk about the escape plan here.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God. And I stood up and
did you stop it right away? Like some came out, but you stopped it?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't like shit my pants.
Right.
I sharted. It's like the in-between where it's like, I for sure something just came out of me, but like I could clench back up. But I was like, oh, fuck. So I got up and I was like, I'd lost all color in my face and my friends were like, where are you going? I was like, I have to find a bathroom. I'll be right back. And with all of these people in Spokane, all you have are public restrooms and porta potties, and the lines are like a mile long.
Yep.
Picture any sort of like music festival, anything like that.
I've been to Preakness where they wait in lines for the spot a pot like that, and it's 20, 30 deep.
Yes. So I am doing the fucking craziest waddle walk, like I'm trying to like keep my ass together and like waddle myself I found a Red Robin. And I go into the bathroom. I'm standing there in line, knowing that there's shit in my pants. I'm like, this is the worst. I hate every second of this. And I get in and I look down. And I'm like, okay, I sharted. I call my mom and I'm like, I need you to, before you leave the house, I need you to bring me a new pair of underwear because I had an accident.
Somebody's gonna pay good money for this pair.
Oh man, some
there's a market out there, Kelsey.
Really specific.
There's a market out there.
Would have loved that. I just told my mom, I was like, I had an accident. I don't want to get into details, but like I need you to bring me a new pair of underwear and a new pair of shorts to the Red Robin on Main Street. And she's like, okay. Meanwhile, it takes my mom like 30 minutes to get there, and this Red Robin only has 3 stalls, and there's a line of people, and they keep banging on the door, and they're like, there's people waiting. And I'm like, I had an emergency. Like, I'm sorry, but you can't come in. Everybody's getting super pissed. It's just the worst time to like fully occupy one of 3 stalls for 30 minutes. Finally, my mom comes in. She like lifts a bag over the top of the stall for me. And in there's a new pair of underwear and then like 6 tampons.
Oh, your mom's nice.
She thought I had like a period accident, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna put one of these in my asshole. Like,
I know where this is going.
This is not for the hole you think it is. And I was able to like get back out and like make it back to the game before it started. But I mean, that could have also been like a great defensive strategy if I like hadn't been able to change my underwear, just like be the person that literally nobody can guard
and back them down the lane with your ass.
Like actual human shit, and we are not going to be anywhere near her. So that's the time I sharted at the world's largest 3-on-3 street basketball tournament.
That is terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah, so much happened before the Sephora box story in my life with shitting.
How do you what's the one thing you cannot fuck with?
Like food wise?
Like for me, again, I don't have IBS, but I do. A couple things get me. As a matter of fact, I was in Seattle one time. My daughter's mother's family lives up there, and I go to the bathroom daily.
Okay.
For me, not to poop at least once a day is super rare. But anytime I'm clogged up, I go get McDonald's, and it's before I finish that fucking cheeseburger, it makes me poop. Like, I can feel the grease hit, and boom, it just lubricates me completely. But I can't fuck anymore. Cheese I can still dabble with, especially mozzarella and all that. But if you give me any kind of cream sauce, it's fucking over. And I know it. Yeah, Alfredo
Absolutely
or any kind of cream, heavy whipped cream, whipping cream, whatever. It is like I have to go before you're coming back and asking for another drink or anything. Like it's like it hits me immediately.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm the exact same way. Any sort of dairy, like a soft cheese like that, like a cream cheese, fucks me up. And like a
See,
heavy
that doesn't
cream.
bother me. The cream cheese doesn't get me, but those, yeah, anything with heavy cream in it, man, it wrecks me.
Yeah, anything is really spicy. Like I love Mexican food, and I can't stop eating Mexican food. And some of my friends have been like, "I don't know that you have IBS so much as like you eat 5 burritos a week, and like that's gonna make you shit your pants. Like that's not an IBS thing. That's just like you shouldn't be eating that much Mexican food." By the way, did you see like the Tapatio thing that's happening on my
Yes,
Instagram right now?
I did. I love it.
Okay, so you're talking about that you have night pants made.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought for your listeners who didn't see on Instagram, I bought a hat, like a sun hat off of Amazon. And the picture, of course, on Amazon makes this chick look like she's like ready for the runway. So cute, so fashionable. I put it on. It legit looks like I poked my head through a tortilla. Like
I saw it.
Giant circumference. It looks horrible. And then people started sending me a dude photoshopped my face onto the Tapatio bottle. And now I am making merch that is that picture. But instead of Tapatio, it says Kelsiente. And instead of
sell your own hot sauce.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Here, we're bringing it up right now. You got to sell your own hot sauce.
I got.
There you are. That hat looks good on you, girl. I think the hat looks good on you.
Thank you. You're very nice. But it looks, I mean, it's a bit of a hot
Josh
mess,
Potter right there. I'm telling you, it's working. He commented right on it too. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you about to have your own hot sauce?
Keep your eye out for that, everybody, at kelseycook.com or Kelsey Cook Comedy on Instagram. I'm about to sell these Tapatio shirts and stickers so you can stick them on your own labels. But anyway.
I'll share. Can I share a short story with you?
Please.
All right, I'll give you one too. So it goes from a high to immediate low, right?
Okay.
So I'm at the airport flying back to Baltimore, and I see one of my childhood idols, Eddie Murray from the Orioles, sitting at the gate. And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Like, this dude before Cal Ripken was everything. 33, switch hitter, like the fro, the fucking wristbands. Like, Eddie Murray was the shit, the hero. Everybody loved 33. And I see him sitting there, and I'm like, oh, my God, this is my chance to go talk to him, you know. And I'm about to walk over, and this father and son sit down and start talking to him. Like, I'm not going to go now, you know. I don't want to be a dick. But they get up, and there's still about 15 minutes left before I fly, and there's one seat next to him, and it's packed. And I walk over, and I sit down, and I'm like, what's up, 33? And he's like, hey, how you doing? You know, we start talking, and I'm like, you're my favorite Oriole, you know, I'm from Baltimore, and he's like, not Cal. And I'm like, you were there before Cal. Like, it's like 1A and 1B. You know what I mean?
Wow,
like,
yeah.
And so we start shooting the shit. We start talking about crabs. How much? Because I know from reading up on him that he loves crabs. He's an LA guy, but he's spent so much time in Maryland. And he's flying back to Baltimore on a flight. It's a different flight. Because at the time they were retiring several Orioles numbers, and he was among the group, and that group supported each other every time they did it. So he's been flying back and forth. And he's talking about how he can't wait to eat crabs. And I'm like, dude, I get the Dungeness down in Chinatown live, and I steam them up. He's like, what? And we start talking crab. He's telling me that his doctors made him do this whole like treadmill test because his cholesterol was through the roof. And then he was like, oh, I've been eating crabs in Maryland like every day for a week. And they're like, oh, that's what it is. That's what's elevating your numbers right now. So they thought he was dying.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But he was eating them like I eat them. You know what I mean? Like crazy.
Yeah.
So I land. I literally get the rental car and I drive right to a crab house to meet my brother, my cousin, and a couple friends. And one friend comes in a few minutes late, and he walks in and he's like, Eddie Murray, I can't believe it. And I go, how the fuck do you know that I saw Eddie Murray today at the airport and talked to him? I haven't talked to him at all. He goes, what are you talking about? Eddie Murray's leaving the restaurant right now, driving out of the parking lot. So we go over. Eddie Murray is in the same crab house I am, eating crabs that we just talked about, and he leaves, okay? But every now and then, I haven't forgot where this is going. You get a little bit of
I know you haven't.
You get a little bit of crab that has like this water in it, like that'll be just, that's not full of meat, and it's a little juicy from the steam and everything, and that fucks my stomach up, okay?
Okay.
So I have to take a leak. I go in the bathroom to pee, and I push a little too hard peeing, and I shart myself, okay? And I'm like, fuck. And, you know, I've got clothes in the car, everything. I got my whole suitcase out there, but there's enough shit in my pants where I'm like, this isn't happening. So I sit down and I get clean, you know, I clean myself as much as I can, and then I go sit back down. My brother's like, what the hell happened in there? I was like, I shit myself. I was peeing and I shit myself a little bit. And he's like, and you're sitting here eating crabs? I was like, that's how much I fucking love crabs, bro. You got another dozen, sat there with shit in my pants in a public restaurant and ate it. And then went home and showered and cleaned up. So yeah, don't worry about the hoop fest. All right, I'm over there. I'm sitting there. I'm not passing up on good crabs. They were good crabs. If they weren't good crabs, I'd be like, I'm out of here, guys. I shit myself. But I was like, no, I'm shitting myself and sitting next to you, and we're gonna have some more. So yeah,
there's so many parts to that story.
Feel good about yourself.
You went and sat in a chair in a restaurant with shit in your pants?
I cleaned it up. It was a shart, you know. It was shit stains for certain. Yeah, for certain. I sat right there and continued eating crabs.
You know, I've like been missing eating in restaurants during quarantine.
Yes.
And this story, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad that I'm not risking sitting in somebody's shit.
That's my
stain.
number one. I haven't had sushi. Like, I love seafood. I haven't had sushi. This is the longest I've gone without sushi since birth till the first time I fucking had it. Like, this is the second longest time.
Whoa.
More than bars, except for stand-up. Stand-up's the thing I missed the most. But
yeah,
restaurants are number two. Restaurants and sporting events. Like, I would love... we had tickets 8 rows off the court the Sunday. They canceled the NBA season on a Thursday night, and we had tickets 8 rows off the court on Sunday. And I was like, God damn it. I miss sports.
I miss bars. I miss just being able to go do anything out in public with people.
Or just poop at a restaurant when it comes on, you know? I miss it. I miss your dirty toilets, you know?
You're a savage. You shit your pants and you're like...
it wasn't like logs. I mean, let's be clear. It was liquid, but I did shit my pants, and I did still sit there and eat. I did. I'm admitting it publicly,
But shit is shit. Like, once it's outside of your body...
Yeah.
I don't care how solid or liquid, it's, you know.
It's shit, yeah.
It's shit, but hey.
But it was a wood chair, you know what I mean? It was a wooden chair. You know those kind of restaurants. I don't think shit sticks to wood. Pretty sure.
Okay, Bill Nye. Okay, Bill Nye. Whatever you have to tell yourself.
He's the science guy. I'm the shit guy. You know what I'm saying? All right. Speaking of bars and stuff, you said you had a drunk story you wanted to share with us.
Oh yeah. I
can't get over that copper eyeshadow, girl. When you look down, I'm telling you, popping. So look at it. Look at it.
You're so nice. For any of your listeners who are into makeup, I am about to release an actual like online makeup course, like a for real, like teaching people how to do their makeup. So because again, it's like
not that I need any notes, but I'll tune in.
You'll tune in.
I'm sure I'll pick up some stuff.
I got nothing but time, so it's just turned into foot videos and like top of TO merch and makeup courses. That's what my life is now. So anyway, tune in if you want that. But so I think it was on the Crab Feast I shared this story of me getting alcohol poisoning on my 22nd birthday, and that was that whole big ordeal.
Maybe.
I don't know if you remember that. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, so tell me anyway.
But that was just during that period of my life, which I think is pretty common for most people, like 21, 22, you're having all of like the craziest drunk stories because you're learning how your body handles alcohol. And like, you don't really know your limits yet and stuff like that. So I went back home. It was like winter break, maybe I think like sophomore year of college or junior year of college. I went back home and my friends threw an ugly Christmas sweater party. So I went and got blacked out. I was completely annihilated, and my mom had to pick me up because I was like back at home in Cheney, Washington. And my mom picked me up, brought me back home, put me in my bed, and I'm like sleeping in my childhood bed. And I wake up the next morning, and my comforter, all in front of the comforter around me, had this like, it was like clear, crunchy substance, like covering the comforter. And I was like, what the fuck is this? This is so weird. And then I realized I had a really stuffy nose because I was like getting over a cold. And I went to reach for some Kleenex, and I realized I didn't have any Kleenex. And then I looked at the comforter, and I had this like flash of a memory come back from like 3 a.m. where I had to blow my nose and there wasn't any Kleenex. And in my drunk mind, I just like looked at the comforter, this like Minnie Mouse comforter, and was like, it's like a big Kleenex. And I just pulled it up and blew my nose.
I shouldn't be saying after I sat in my own shit.
Yeah, you just shit your pants. Shut the fuck up.
I'm so hypocritical.
Either be on my team or don't be on my
I'm on
team.
your team, goddamn. I'm on your shitty team.
Don't you bring me on the show and go, okay, you got some stories about yourself where you look like a real fucking nightmare. And then I share it and you're like, ugh, you, gross.
Shit.
So I just blew my nose into my comforter, and then I just slept. And I woke up and like, you know, sweet little Minnie Mouse just had like fried snot covering her face.
Poor Minnie.
I was like, well, this is a new low.
And you almost got alcohol poisoning? You actually did get it?
No, that was my 22nd birthday. I was just saying that like around that time in my life was a lot of just drinking too much and not understanding really like the consequences of what can happen to your body when you do that. So yeah.
Poor Kelsey.
It's so weird because I feel like there's this part of my personality that is, you know, so into like makeup and trying to look, you know, really put together, feminine. And every time I come on your shows, it is only the worst.
That's what we talk about.
Shit-filled snot. What did I do wrong to my pussy? Like it's just, I'm like an old pirate.
Pirate.
Oh. It's a weird side
Listen,
of me.
here's the good news. You're married. You're taken. You don't have to worry about impressing these guys out there anymore.
Yeah, it's a wrap. I don't.
You know, you don't have to worry about impressing these fucking guys anymore.
Yeah, it's like you can offer foot videos or not. Either way, it's like.
I think of all the things, foot videos is the cleanest, easiest thing to do. As long as there's no, you know, weirdness going on. I mean, not that that's not weird, but.
My friend Hannah said I should like take a bottle of lotion and do like a squirt of white on each foot to make it look like an after shot for them and just kind of like create a simulation.
You should. Yeah, or just spit on them or something, you know? Just whatever. Blow your nose on them. Blow your nose on them. Blow your nose all over your feet. You'll be rolling in the money, girl.
Boy, did you know that snot porn is a thing? Have we talked about snot porn before?
No, we haven't. You can tell me in a second. But however, I'm not surprised that everything is a thing for porn. Like pregnancy. Right. Someone just told me the other day that pregnancy porn is their thing. They watch pregnant women and get off to that. Like I had a friend, Stephanie, who was pregnant when I worked with her, and she was a little black girl, but she was one of those pregnant girls that's all belly. So when you saw her from the back, you had no idea she was pregnant. And my daughter's mother was that way too. And then, so she's like, Ryan, I was walking today at lunch and this guy whistled at me. And I turned slowly to the side because she's like 8.5 months pregnant to show. And he went, that's my shit. And she was like, what? And he loved it.
He was rock hard.
And then I bring that story up, and there are men out there that just that's their shit, that you can have their seed. You know what I mean? And they don't care that baby in your belly isn't theirs. They're attracted to you because you can reproduce and you can give life. Whoa. And that's their shit. You know, I've seen pregnant prostitutes in Baltimore on the street. I've seen them. And there's plenty of pregnancy porn too. And who was it just telling me the other day? And they love it. That's their thing. Like the bigger the better. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Interesting.
Like when my daughter's mother was pregnant, I was super attracted to her.
Really?
A lot of guys aren't, but oh my God, your skin glows and your boobs are so big and juicy.
Yeah.
And you're literally full of life. I found it so attractive. Yeah. But,
I mean,
but I don't look at another woman and feel
Right.
that way but I felt that way about her because she was carrying my child, not any child. You know what I mean?
Totally. That makes complete sense
Yeah.
to me, that it would be attractive for you to be attracted to her like that.
Yeah.
But like random people.
But what's snot porn?
We haven't talked about snot porn on here
No,
before.
you believe it?
Maybe I brought it up on Dr. Drew, but this is something that Jim, was it on Jim and Sam? Yeah. So Jim Norton, who I opened for on the road for years, I went on Jim and Sam's show on SiriusXM, and they pulled up clips of snot porn. And I didn't know that was a thing, but some people get off, and these videos are like, it's so hard for me to even say because it's the most disgusting thing you'll hear. Like women hawking loogies into like men's open mouths.
Ew. That?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Just loogies like that?
Yeah. Or just like
No.
pushing a finger and just like shooting snot on like, a dude's naked body while they're just like jerking off. Like they love it.
What the fuck?
They love it.
I'm going to have to look it up now just to see it. I've never seen that.
Oh, well, you can't unsee it. I mean, careful, because it will haunt your dreams.
I have a friend of mine who, she had a slave, and it was this older guy. And here's the thing.
A sex slave.
No, here's what's crazy. This is what I thought too. It was sexual for him, but they didn't have sex, and that's what I mean by not a sex slave. So,
okay.
Yeah, she didn't just have a regular slave around the house.
In 2020,
right?
I'm like, you might want to be careful.
It was, yeah, you're right about that. It was sexual, but they didn't have sex. So she's a younger girl at the time in college in her 20s or whatever, and this is an old guy in his 70s, and he happened to be a football coach at a prominent school, and I was like, oh, does he get off on, since he's always running the show, telling everybody what to do, does he get off on, you telling him what to do? And she said, no. I go, what? How did he get this fetish? So what happened was he met her, and he would want her to use him. And he's like, use me. And he was like, I don't care what it is. I'll go get groceries for you at 3 a.m. And he lived like an hour and a half away from her. And she just felt bad about it. But he was like, listen, you're not using me enough. I'm going to have to find someone else. And then she was like, all right, motherfucker, go to 7-Eleven and get me a blueberry Slurpee and bring that shit to me. And he lived an hour and a half away. And also she knew that blueberry Slurpees were out of season at the time. He went to 5 7-Elevens and came and brought her a blueberry Slurpee. Shit,
you mean literally came,
No.
or you're saying he came to her?
Delivered.
Oh, okay.
Delivered.
Sorry.
Yes, he
that
delivered.
made it sound like he was like,
We're going to get
like,
to that.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that.
Okay.
But he also would want to come up. She would have girlfriends over to party, and he would want to come over and be humiliated by all of them. He would allow, this guy's in his 70s. He would let them kick him. He would let them treat him like shit. They would tell him, get over on all fours and just stay like a table for 2 hours. And he would just be there, staying like a table, while they just partied and did whatever. And then they go over and kick him and shit like that, and he would love it. He'd be like, more, please, more, please. So she said one night, they all had a party, and he was laying on his back, and they were doing what we talked about earlier. They were stomping his fucking nuts. Again, this was sexual for him. She didn't take off it. None of these girls did.
Right.
He just wanted to be used and mistreated.
Okay.
And she said it all changed for her because she was stomping with boots. He's wearing jeans, and all of a sudden, his eyes opened up, and he just had this smile on his face, like, and he came. He came from it. And she's like, that's the moment I realized that this is full-on sexual, not just being used. And I don't know how he came, because we are stomping his fucking balls. The dude nuts, and had this like glossy, like loved it. So she asked him finally, like, is it because you dominate in your field and you want to be dominated? And he said no. The first time he ever had sex with a woman, she laughed and pointed and humiliated him about how little his dick was and shit all over him. And now he can only get off by being mistreated and misused like that. That fucking nuts.
that's how easy that is for that to start, and then it stays like that for the rest of that dude's life.
For him,
his life.
Yeah, for him it did. To the point where he would get young girls and pay them handsomely to just treat them like shit. Not fuck them, nothing. That was the only time she said she ever witnessed it be sexual, because she's like, oh, you just came from that. Like, I'm kicking you in the fucking balls. And again, if you curb stomp my nuts right now, the last thing I'm going to do is come. It's not going to happen. I'm going to be begging for help, not keep going.
Wow.
People
God,
and their fetishes.
Trauma is so interesting how that can connect to sex in that way. Wow. What the fuck? All right, I know you have a show you have to get doing. Can you tell us about being fired through a text real quick? Yeah, I sure can. So, again, this was when I was in college. One night after I think I was out of the bars, and there's a guy, we'd been kind of talking and flirting, and I finally went back to his place to hook up with him. But he had some roommates, and I left my phone downstairs while I went upstairs with him. And this was back, I think I had like a flip phone. There's like no, whatever security on it. At the time, I worked part-time for like an ESPNU affiliate. They were doing this college program where college kids would go interview athletes at the college. I got to like interview Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at one point.
Wow,
like, it was really cool. So I really liked having this job, and it was a cool thing. And the day after I hooked up with that guy, I got a text from my boss, like the guy who was in charge of this ESPN program thing. I got a text from him that said, hey, I need to speak with you. And you need to call me like immediately. And I called him, and I was like, hey, like, what's going on? It sounds like did I do something wrong? And he's like, I need to talk about the text that you sent me last night.
Oh no.
And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, oh, really? He's like, well, I texted you asking if you were able to do the assignment we talked about. And you sent a text back that said, sorry, I'm getting laid right now.
Oh, those dudes grabbed your phone down there. Oh, no. They ratted you out, huh?
And
why should that cost you a job? I mean, Jesus Christ. You just give me a few minutes.
Give me a fucking promotion, man. I'm out here doing work.
I'm out here doing the Lord's work.
Doing the Lord's work.
Oh, no. They took your phone and texted back. That's terrible.
I mean, and can you imagine that? Because my boss really thought that it was me who sent that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine texting, one of your employees, hey, can you let me know where? And I had been like a star employee, like nothing weird had happened. And then all of a sudden, randomly, my response is, sorry, I'm getting laid right now. And he was like, what the?
I can't imagine. I know you're so sweet and nice to see that. Like, nah, I'm getting fucked right now. I'll help you back in 30. I can't. And you lost your job because of those dudes?
It was, I think he kind of like, at that point, felt like he couldn't trust me professionally anymore in that way. Like, that I would even like.
You responded and said, yo, give me a minute. I got your text. I'm acknowledging you, but I'm getting laid right now. And I'll get back to you.
Someone's inside of me. Can you give me a fucking second? Jeez.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so my work with them, I think, ended pretty shortly after that. It wasn't like a direct termination from that, but it was like within a couple weeks of that, it just kind of, I think, was like, okay, this is, and I was also so humiliated to like continue speaking.
I'm
to
sure,
that boss.
yeah.
But yeah, it was bad. I was I told his friends, I was like, I know you thought you were like doing some funny prank, and like that you thought maybe that was just a friend of mine. That was my fucking boss. And they were like, oh shit, like, sorry, this is just like drunk college dudes just fucking around. But yeah, so that was sent to my boss. Sorry, I'm getting laid right now. Yeah.
You are the best. I absolutely fucking love you, girl. You're the
I
shit.
love you too, Rise. So fun to talk to you.
I know you got to go, so let's get you out of here. But
Okay.
thank you for coming on, and please promote anything one more time, whatever you'd like.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me back. My Instagram is at Kelsey Cook Comedy. My website is kelseycook.com. Twitter is Kelsey Cook. Go listen to the Self-Helpless podcast and go watch Wrists of Fury on YouTube. Ryan's episode is fantastic. And buy some of that Tapatio Kelsiente merch because it's coming soon.
Yeah, get that Tapatio.
That's what I got working for me right now is that and the makeup and foot videos. So
you got to make some butthole-friendly hot sauce. That should be your line. You know what I mean?
That exists if that's even possible, you know? But
thank you for coming on. You're the shit, no pun intended. You're welcome anytime. And I hope to see you soon sometime. Jesus Christ.
I know.
Right?
It sucks. It's nice to see you on Zoom though, at least.
You too. Thank you for being my first ever Zoom interview. I do
honored.
appreciate it. And
Yes.
for all you out there, please go subscribe to my YouTube page. You can click on the link right here at the end. Or find it in the description, youtube.com/rsickler, ryansickler.com on all social media. Ryan Sickler. We'll talk to you all next week.